All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the eBay shop. My name's Cory.
I'm Teresa.
And we are Grams and Pops Vintage. And this week we listed some crazy items on thedollarauction.com starting at just $1. We accidentally started a war with a coffee pot. Well, Grams.
An espresso machine.
Grams started a war with a coffee pot. I dove headfirst into AI and kind of went down that rabbit hole for a multi-day session. And we nearly scored a $1,200 Star Wars collection that...
I wasn't going to tell him what it was.
And we did end the week by actually finding a vintage Grail. So let's talk about it.
Let's talk about what sold first.
Let's talk about what sold first. What do you got?
We sold some drone pieces. Slowly but surely, we have been selling all of these. I think I have the remotes left and the full body and one arm, and then it's all gone.
Yeah. So this is like an arm and a motor off a quadcopter, like the GoPro Karma drone, right?
GoPro Karma drone. They bought two things. So they bought this arm, which is the motor and the arm and everything, and then they bought the propellers that go with it.
Yep.
There's a full set plus extra, one of each extra. And for a total of that, for both pieces, they paid $64.98. I wish Elvis sang Let It Go.
I'm so happy to see these selling.
I took an offer on it just to be
this is an Elvis, and it's got the hologram sticker. We bought these at a sale. I still remember the sale on the lady. Yeah, it was a year ago. Was it on our highway sale?
It was on the highway sale. Remember, it was in that
church building
Church building, yeah, where I bought the inflatables as well.
Yep. And we got multiples of these. It's a big Elvis figure.
Two.
And was it just two? I thought she had like
nope,
4.
we bought 2. So this is the Westland Elvis Presley Comeback Special Heartbreak Hotel musical figure. So this one, he spins on his little carousel thing.
Yay, Elvis. Apparently Elvis is not so hot anymore, but he did sell, and he's gone.
He did, for $30.
Which is more than we paid for him, so we're happy. $5 a piece.
$5 a piece.
Yep. All right, so the dollar auction. As of, and I know we mentioned it before, as of August 1st, Grams and I are kind of taking over full ownership of the dollar auction. Kind of gearing up for that, I listed some really good items over there. I listed 3 different consoles.
I tried to list something, but it didn't want to take my pictures, so I'll have to try it again.
Yep, I'll help her out. But I did list 3 separate, like, gaming consoles. I listed a Xena Warrior Princess doll, and I listed some really good, high-quality PS1 games. And they all have good sell-through rates on eBay. Everything started at $1 auction.
Ooh, and the bonus of the game consoles, they've all been tested.
They have all been tested.
And they all work.
Yep. I don't think any of them come with controllers. Yeah, the PS1 comes with controllers. The other 2 don't have controllers, but they do have the cords. And they've all been powered up and tested, and they all work. So $1 starts on all those. They end August 2nd.
At 5 p.m.? Is that what time you chose? I don't know.
5 p.m. Yep, 5 p.m. August 2nd. So one of the things we're going to do going forward with the dollar auction is we're going to try to build it more as an auction house. So we're going to be concentrating, there'll still be live shows over there, but we're going to try and concentrate pretty heavily on the static auctions.
Yep.
And towards that effort, we decided Saturdays at 5 p.m. is when we're going to try and have all of our auctions end.
Yep, so if we end up going on and listing something on Thursday, it's going to end on Saturday.
Yep.
So it'll be a 2-day auction.
If we list it on Friday, it's going to end on Saturday.
And we won't list anything on Saturday that will end Saturday. At least we'll try
Probably
not to.
We'll probably have it in the next Saturday.
Yep.
But any auctions ending going forward from us, and we would recommend from you guys too, if you guys decide you want to list static auctions over there, have them end around Saturday at 5 o'clock.
Yep, then you have you have Saturday and Sunday to pack to ship them out on Monday.
But also we're going to start promoting that as auctions always end Saturday at 5 o'clock.
Yep.
So when we're doing that, everybody kind of knows on their Saturday at 5 o'clock login, that's when all the auctions end. They can get in and get their last minute bids in. So that's kind of how we're going to start doing that on the dollar auction. So
because those are how do they call it? They're not soft closes.
They're not. It's just whatever it is at the end.
What do they call those?
A hard close? I don't know. An auction?
I'm trying to think of what they call it. I'll think of it sometime.
So that's kind of what we've got going on over there. So we will in the next week or 2 be concentrating. We plan to have at least a couple of really good items starting at $1 bids going on the dollar auction every single week, ending Saturday at 5 p.m. So anyone else interested in listing, go ahead and list them to end Saturdays at 5 p.m. and we will push those out and promote those as we go forward. And that's kind of what we got going on with the dollar auction.
So yes, but that, like he said before too, if you're one that wants to do more of the live selling thing, just to sell it all at once and get rid of it, feel free to go on and list it. There may or may not be some changes coming to the live auction piece.
Yep.
We're still in talks,
discussions,
negotiations.
Here, you guys give us your advice. What we're thinking with the live auctions is, one, on the marketplaces that do live selling, it seems like when we join those marketplaces, it's a constant barrage of notifications and emails and it's just, I never read them anymore because we're just constantly getting ding, ding, ding from those marketplaces saying XYZ is going live.
Yep.
So we don't read them. So we end up missing auctions and we don't go to auctions, and it's just been kind of it's kind of a mess to me. If you get messages every day, you just quit reading those messages. So what we're thinking of doing is turning the live auctions into more of an event where we'll do like a bunch of people do live auctions on a certain day every month.
Yep.
So last week or last week of the month or whatever, there's going to be live auctions from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. So we're going to do them more like an event. Think of it like a street dance. Nobody knows anybody at a street dance, but they put it on as an event and they publish it and they market to it, and thousands of people show up sometimes. So we're trying to do our live auctions more like an event, less like a constant flow of notifications that you have to never read.
But we do have some people who like to do them the same day of the week every week.
And feel free to keep doing that. That's fine.
Yes. I just don't want to say you can't run them. You can run your auction whatever day, but we don't want to bombard everybody with notifications saying, hey, so-and-so is running an auction. Hey, so-and-so is running an auction when we have 5 auctions in a day.
Yeah. Anybody that wants to run a live auction that's approved as a seller is more than welcome to hop on and run one anytime they want.
Yep.
We probably just won't push out a bunch of notifications and emails and stuff for that auction because the live auctions will happen on a certain time and day every month, so that it's more like an event that people know is coming, and they know if they want to attend they can, and if they don't, they don't. But they don't just get hit with emails all the time.
Yep.
So that's kind of the direction we're thinking. You guys let us know what you think.
In other words, we're party people. We'd rather have one big party than 5 little parties.
We're party people?
I guess we're going to have a big event.
News to me. Street dance at GramsandPops.auction.com.
What kind of music are we going to listen to? Elvis?
We'll play something. We'll kick off the Elvis musical box, and we'll have a party with it. So, all right, what's sold next?
We are still selling washer and dryer parts. So this is a Maytag Whirlpool washer timer, whatever. It's new old stock, still in the box. I had 2 of these, so they may or may not be getting the one that's wrapped in plastic.
It's number 11.
I know. I have 2 number 11s.
Oh, because they're the same thing.
They're the same thing.
Okay, well, that's what it is. It's a white box that says Maytag.
So I'm going to tell you what this one sold for, and then I'm going to complain for a second. But this one sold for $104.99. So on the subject of these Maytag parts.
Now, these are completely free to us.
Yes. No, and it has nothing to do with that. It's about... So we had somebody purchase one. They got it delivered. The same day they delivered it, they requested a return because they ordered by mistake.
I will take a lot of back and forth on these and take deals on these and
I
put
have
up
been
with the
taking
returns
deals
on these. And like, you could put up with a lot of crap considering we brought home like 5 totes of this kind of stuff, all for free. So when things happen with these, I'm like, whatever. It was free. But
I will say I consolidated the 5.5 totes that we had into 3.
And we are literally hundreds of dollars in the profit.
We are. Pretty sure we're pushing like $700 or $800 on this now.
And they're still selling. And they'll probably just continue to sell because a lot of them are for discontinued washers and dryers and stuff where not a lot of people are selling the parts.
Nope.
All right. What do we got next?
We sold an outlet cover. I almost said it again.
We sold quite a few of these, like the sunburst
I love that pattern. So it is an Edmar mid-century modern oval Hollywood Regency. I put all these words in there.
That's good.
Sunburst flower single outlet cover.
Yep. That pattern right there, when you see those, pick them up because they always sell. We sold quite a few of these.
And I sell them individually. So this one sold for a whopping, I'm not even going to say a whopping, for an awesome amount of $34.99 for one outlet cover.
All right, so you guys know Reseller Therapy is kind of a live show that I do with Chris, Buck Mountain Barn, and Brad, Black Sheep Society, and every now and then Leroy, and whoever else wants to hop in because it's an open forum. So we put the link in the chat. Anybody that wants to jump in with us can, and we just list and work.
We had like 6 or 8 people in there the other day.
Yeah, it was a banger show.
You can't use that word. It was a banger of a show.
So anyway, while we're doing that show, Grams is usually out here milling around, and she's usually fairly quiet. She'll pop into the screen every once in a while and yell at us, but she's usually fairly quiet.
I have conversations.
You don't have an inside voice. You yell.
Whatever.
Anyway, this Tuesday, we're sitting over there having the show, and all we can hear is a Dremel tool in the background, like Graham's using power tools.
Yeah, I did do part of it in here, and then I realized that it was really noisy. So I took it outside, and then I did a little bit more in here, and then I took it outside. So I tore down a DeLong something.
An espresso
an
machine.
espresso machine to part it out. I'm guessing it worked, but the sell-through rate on the machines themselves and the dollar amount they sell for was not very good. So I don't know what sell-through rate was. I don't honestly remember, but a lot of them that are listed are new or open box. The used ones look like they went for about $89.99. The one I found, $89.99, free shipping. Keep in mind, this thing is like this big by this big by this big by this big.
I think it was bigger than that. It was a good sized machine, and $89.99 and get it out the door in one thing would have been fine with us, except the sell-through rate on it was extremely low. Like, it didn't sell well.
So, FY, if you ever try and take apart these machines, some of them have special screws. That's why I use the Dremel tool.
Yep.
So they had screws that we had the little ones for computers or whatever, that have they have a little nub in the middle of it
And
for a star bit.
We have some of those screwdrivers for like game consoles and stuff, but we
those
didn't
are
have the
tiny.
right size for this one.
Yeah, these were big ones. So I couldn't figure out how to do it without breaking some of the pieces I wanted to sell. So I just put a drill bit on a Dremel tool, and I just went around the screw so that I could pull the pieces off.
She got creative, and she did get it apart, but not without injury. The machine fought back. Are you flipping them off?
No.
Oh, that's the wrong finger.
It looks way better, but this was my owie. I got it caught between the aluminum piece that's on there and the plastic piece that's on the bottom while I was trying to break it.
Get a little pinch.
And it like pinched and pushed, and it cut my cuticle, my finger. It hurt. I almost cried. I had to pull out my fancy Band-Aids. So
she did get about $200 worth of parts
did.
that have much better sell-through rates out of the coffee pot or the espresso machine.
espresso.
And it only took like part of a finger. So that's
And it only took
fair trade.
an hour and a half to tear it apart.
Yeah, I wouldn't. We probably wouldn't do that all the time, but we got the espresso machine for what, $20?
$20. And we'll get all of that back right there with the coffee pot, and the coffee pot itself sells for $25, I think.
Yep.
And then the tamper piece that you put the coffee stuff in, that you put it in there, whatever, that thing sells for about $35, $40.
Yep. So in one part, we'll clear what we paid for, and the rest is profit. So it should be a decent listing.
And I did guess
several listings.
I did guess on some of the parts because some of them are not listed, and so I don't know what they sell for. So I'm just going to make up my own prices.
Okay, what sold next?
Something out of our 25-cent box.
Oh yeah.
These were probably the worst. Granted, they were 25 cents for the whole box, and I got like 8 or 10 listings out of it. But these are the worst things ever.
Do you guys remember these? That whole box of like Homeco stuff we picked up for 25 cents?
Yep. So
and they begged us to take the rest of the boxes.
and we didn't. We gave them the box back and part of the stuff to sell. But we paid 25 cents for 2 boxes of this stuff.
Yeah, they're not all bad. I mean, they're decent
No.
and they do sell. These were really, like, they were full of mouse turds and dirty.
Oh
and
yes, Teresa brought them in the house, and she
spent
had a cleaning
a long
party
time.
in the sink with some bleach. No, I didn't put bleach on that, but with some Dawn dish soap and some cleaner.
She spent quite a while cleaning these up, but they are starting to sell. What'd those sell for?
So those are Homeco Hollywood Regency black and gold floral wall plaques, and they sold for $34.99. So I am way, way, way in the profit on that.
Yep, that's a good buy every day of the week. We'll take that. No, we probably wouldn't pick up a giant box of Homeco stuff again, but then
No.
again, for a quarter, I probably would. I might. I mean, we're going to get a couple
Now
$100
I
out of
could
the box.
throw the rest of we're gonna get what?
Probably a couple $100 out of the entire box.
Maybe 150.
Close.
Maybe. But yeah, I don't know if I would.
Eh.
I don't know if I
We'll
would.
see.
I mean, a lot of ours was, I should have put like Gothic on it, because
should
those
have,
are
because
like Gothic.
a lot
All
of
of
it
the
is.
stuff we got was black and gold.
Some of it had chains hanging off of it. It looked very like a castle decor almost.
Yes.
All right, what do you got next?
We sold some jeans. We haven't sold jeans in a while. But these are Women's Rock Revival Paula
They're pretty small size.
boot distress jeans. What size are they?
Like a 26?
26. That's the lowest end that I buy. 26, 27, 28.
So they are
and up.
pretty small, but that's what they look like. Not
took an
that you
offer
can
on
really
it.
tell what they look like.
I took an offer on it because we'd had them for a while. But we sold those for $38. Even. That's how you know I took an offer on it, because I don't do even dollar amounts. Unlike somebody else I know.
Hey, I'll take whatever. Take what I can get. All right, so this week, I kind of went down an AI rabbit hole because the new ChatGPT agent released like on Wednesday for us is when we got it. I think it was Wednesday.
Was it Wednesday or was it Thursday?
It was one of those days.
Because remember, I was recording and you were upset because you were watching us live and not being able to play in ChatGPT.
I don't remember. That was Thursday. I think it was
It might have been Wednesday.
It was
Who
Wednesday
knows?
or Thursday we got the ChatGPT agent. Now, if you're not familiar with it, it's basically the agent, you could just give it a command and it can start up its own virtual environment with its own desktop, and it could just do pretty much whatever you could do on a computer, it can do in the agent, only at kind of a toddler level. Like it's very slow and frustrating to watch, but I was able to make it do some really cool things.
He's sitting over there. So I just have to make this comment. He's sitting over there playing in chat AI agent, whatever you want to call it. And he's watching it. He's like, oh my gosh, it just clicked and made the whole screen blue. Hold on, it's got to figure out how to get it out of there again.
That was one of my biggest frustrations. I got to stop using that word because Teresa will give me no end of crap for how I say it. I've got to stop with the AI sometimes watching it, because when you're watching it, what I did is I gave it a spreadsheet of my listings that ChatGPT built for me, and I just gave it a spreadsheet and said, go make drafts out of these. And it actually did. It created 25 drafts in the new ephemera store, and they were good. Like titles, descriptions, the drafts were solid. I think I had to change one thing out of 25 listings, and it only took 2.5 days. Now, keep in mind, over a 2.5 day period, that's 25 listings I didn't have to spend any time on. Like
You had to spend a little bit of time.
A little bit of time, because it stops working every once in a while, and you got to go back and say, finish the job. Like, so there's a little time.
So it's like a normal employee.
It is like an employee. You got to kind of babysit it a little bit, but it saved me quite a bit of time doing those listings. Now, one thing, while you're watching it, it actually logs into eBay for you, navigates the eBay pages and creates a draft on their website just like you would. But while it's doing the draft and it's trying to put weights in and stuff for me, it's trying to click in the box for how many pounds and ounces, and it's clicking just like a hair outside the box, and I can't figure it out. It literally took like 25 minutes to get inside the ounce box of the weight on one of the listings. So it's really hard to watch.
How smart is it again?
Well, considering there's no person behind it and that's just a machine figuring out a website, pretty smart. I've got to give it credit where credit's due. Like, considering that's version 1, I can't imagine where this is going to be in a year.
And then not only that, then as he's working on this week, right? He has a ChatGPT buddy. A couple ChatGPT buddies in our little Discord that we have.
I do.
And they all went silent. And so here's Cory saying, is anybody working on any projects in our ChatGPT?
I love seeing other people work in ChatGPT and what they're doing with it, because I think the limitation on AI is your imagination. I really do. I think you stop thinking of cool ways to use it after a while. So hearing how other people are using it. Here's an example. In the new agent, you can actually tell it to pull up eBay and look for listings of a certain product that are underpriced or undervalued. And if you give it the criteria to what to look for, like you're shopping and sourcing online, it can give you a spreadsheet of all the listings that meet your criteria.
Then what do you do with that spreadsheet?
All you have to do is go click the link, open it up, and buy it.
What did you do with that spreadsheet?
I clicked the link, opened it up, and I said, that is an amazing deal. I should buy this. And then I didn't buy it, and it sold.
Yeah, he said this morning, ChatGPT gave me this great option to go buy on eBay, but I didn't go buy it, so now it's gone.
So it will actually source for you. You could actually go into the ChatGPT agent and tell it, go to Facebook, search Marketplace for garage sales, and give me a list. Like, it is capable of doing all of these things and just kicking you out the output that you ask for. And to me, that's crazy. It is hard to watch. It's like watching a toddler on a computer that's just learning how to use a mouse. Like, don't expect immediate or fast results, but it does deliver good, accurate results, which, I mean, like I said, for version 1, that's crazy to me. Like, in a year, you'll just be able to hand it a folder of pictures and just say, go.
See, we only pay for one ChatGPT, so Cory gets to play in it all the time. I use the free version.
Now, I have kind of veered off the agent for my listings for right now, and I have built I had ChatGPT build me a Python script that goes out and calls the ChatGPT API, which costs me about 2 cents per listing that I do. It just calls ChatGPT API with my pictures out of my folder, and it builds all my listings into a spreadsheet for me. So now all I got to do is try and figure out the bulk import just to import that Excel file or that CSV file, which is what I'm working on today. And I'm very frustrated that I have to be that I have to be out here recording, but this is part of our week. It's got to be done. So I had to set all that aside. And as soon as we're done here, I'll be right back at it.
But are you going to be right back at that, or are you going to edit our video so that you can play in ChatGPT all day tomorrow?
Shit. I don't know. I could figure out how to make ChatGPT edit video, oh,
Down the road.
we're not there yet.
Down the road.
But boy, would that be nice.
So, yes. If any of you notice, my eyes kind of glaze over when Cory talks about this. This is not my thing.
This is the fun part for me. This is the fun part. It really is. In a year from now, I don't think anything that you could do on a computer or hire an employee to do for you on a computer, I don't think that'll be a thing anymore. You'll just be able to put it in Agent and say, this is your job, do it every week. And it'll just do it. It's so close to that right now.
I don't know. I don't know if I have faith in that, so.
It'd be like having an unlimited number of employees. You just give each agent its own job to do every week and schedule it, and it just does them.
We already had this conversation in our Discord too, didn't we?
We did. It's crazy. It's fun. And if you haven't dove into GPT yet, or AI yet, I would highly recommend you start because you will be left behind. You could be old and curmudgeon-y about it, or you can get on board and start figuring it out because it'd be like when the internet come out saying, I'll never use that.
Now
surprise.
everybody uses it. So also, I got to do a little plug. Can I do a little plug real quick before we go into our next item?
Get her done.
Okay. So for those of you who are not following me on TikTok,
Oh, Lord.
on Grams and Pops Vintage, I can't remember if it's _-grams. Just go look. I'm out there. I did a video about how ChatGPT is ruining my marriage.
She called it a throuple.
We had a throuple. Not that everybody knows what that is. I shouldn't know what that is, but I do. But anyway, so yeah, go check out. I think I'm going to start doing some what sold videos, some stuff like that. I'm not quite sure yet. You know, I gotta figure it out, but we'll see.
What?
Finger it out. I always say finger, not figure. Finger it out.
And frustrated bothers you.
I'm saying finger right.
I suppose. Just not using it correctly.
Just not using it correctly.
All right, what's sold next?
We sold a telephone. We sold a Cisco IP business phone. It's grayscale colored. Actually, it's grayscale for the screen,
Let me see if I can open it up.
but it's charcoal color.
Oh, there you go. It is a phone. It's an IP phone.
Let me see. Does it still have the screen? It still has a screen protector on.
Yep, it's new. I don't think it was ever used.
Nope. I listed it as open box because everything was still in its original packaging. But I got that on proxy bid. And that sold for $29.99.
Okay, these next ones I remember. We picked these up out of a box. We were leaving a garage sale, and we happened to look down in this box. We saw these, and they were just cool.
They were 4 for $1.
We just had to stop and look. So we went through and we picked a bunch out. They're these little birds, and they are really cool little birds. So we took some time and we picked them out.
We picked out all the birds, all the owls, all of the ones that are like this, that they talk, and they actually, what they are is they interact. So you can make them go as a choir.
I don't even know what they're called. What are they?
Okay, so these particular ones are silver lit DigiBirds, interactive singing and moving birds. There are 5 of them in there. And like I said, we paid 25 cents a piece, so $1.25 into $25.
Yep.
So that paid for all of them that we bought that day, because I think I have 3 or 4 lots out there of them.
So not a huge profit, but they were really cool, and they sat for, what, a month, 2 months? They've been around
Maybe
a
a
while.
month before I
But they
listed
did sell.
them.
All right, now speaking of sourcing, we're back to sourcing. This was our second week, well, last week, today's Monday. This was our second week back to sourcing. We went
It was
Thursday,
depressing.
and we thought we got pretty much skunked. We bought a couple of things, and we went to a few sales.
We bought books for Amazon.
Yeah, it got to the point where we were scanning books.
And some tennis shoes.
Now, I did pick up a $60 book, so that wasn't a complete wash, and we got quite a few $5, $10, $15 books.
Yep.
But that's not what we went sourcing for. That's not at all what we want our day to devolve to. So we hit lunchtime, and we went to our grandkids' house, and we sat there and just visited for a little while.
Yep. And then I said, okay, it's time to go because I got to record. Actually, Cory said it's time to go. He's the one that always says it's time to go.
Teresa's the queen of the Midwest goodbye, where, okay, it's time to go means 45 minutes of goodbyes and hanging around and starting new conversations.
Can't help it.
And then maybe we'll start saying goodbye.
So as we were leaving to go say goodbye, we stopped and grabbed some food on the way home. And I said, how about we just stop at our favorite little
Thrift store.
It's a little church run.
antique shop.
It's not church run.
It's a mission run.
Mission run. Called Padres. We stop there every once in a while to get some stuff. We've got some really good stuff in there, like those Ertl things that we got.
We got a whole bag of single stitch t-shirts one day.
We did. I forgot about those. I do still go whenever we go in there. They have a spot where they put in paper bags. They put a whole bunch of clothing, t-shirts, towels, whatever, and they call it their rag bag. And they're usually like $3. I go through them every time we go in there.
And they did tell us one time, they put them in there. They won't put like band t-shirts on the rack or like Iron Maiden or anything like that, they won't put on the rack because they're mission run and it doesn't really fit their image. So stuff like that, old, new, no matter what, that'll go in the rag bag. They won't sell stuff like that. So we ended up finding a bunch of vintage single can I say
single stitch t-shirts? Not this time, but
One
about a
stitch.
year ago. About a year ago we found those and we sold them.
Yep.
I don't think we have any of those left.
I don't think so. This time we walked in there and Teresa went one way where she always goes, and I went the other way, and I was only there for like a minute, and I was like, Teresa, come here.
Well, no, because at first she told me come look at something else and look it up, and I'm like, okay, whatever. So I went over there, and then he's like, come here, Teresa, come here.
We found a bit of a grail.
Do you want me to get it so I can show it to him?
Let's get it.
I will
Here,
be
I'll
very
take the little
gentle.
ones. Here, this will give you a clue. In box, with books, everything. They look like they've never been touched. I mean, they look brand new.
Yeah, the Tetris doesn't have the black case with it inside, which not a big deal, but the Dr. Mario does, and so does the Yoshi.
And those are all Nintendo games.
But this is the best. We did get one additional game with that was Donkey Kong.
We got 2 editions. Well, Donkey Kong came in a black sleeve, and then we got the game that belongs in here in it.
The Duck Hunt Mario, Super Mario Brothers. But we got this. It is in here. It is complete. They did list it as new in box. I still have the sticker thing out in the car.
It was all wrapped up in twine with the games on it. So we actually we asked them if we could open it up and verify it was new in box. It's not, but it might as well be.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you look at the box is in, besides like right here on these edges, those are rough.
That.
Oh, sorry. The edges right here where you open it is rough. And then there was one spot. Where was that?
There's like one little ding in the box.
One little ding in the box. Otherwise, it's all right along the edges that there's some minor issues, but we opened it.
The box is in amazing shape. And then we opened it up. All the foam is there. I think pretty much all the plastic that the components go in, the console is in plastic.
The console's in plastic and some of the cords are in plastic. The controllers are not in plastic.
No. You could tell it was taken out. It looks like maybe a grandma bought it for her house and the kids came down and played it once.
Yep.
And then it went back in a box. And it looks like it's barely ever been touched. I mean, everything is still wrapped up in plastic and styrofoam. It's all there. All the accessories are there. So we negotiated a little bit.
Cory tried to, because once we opened it and showed him that it's not new in box, it wasn't new because you could tell like the power cord was just wrapped around in a circle, which that's usually never that way. It's usually up and down, whatever. So he tried to negotiate. I walked away to go look at other stuff while he negotiated, and then I had to come back because we had to pay and get out.
Yeah, I didn't want to give them a chance to change their mind. Once we negotiated the price and settled at $175, I wanted to get the deal done and get the game console in the car and just be done with it. So I had her come pay. We got out of there. We got it home. We did our comps and stuff while we were in the store, and it looks like we should be able to get a pretty decent price. We're considering having some of those games graded since they're in like new condition and in the boxes with manuals and everything. We're just looking into that, so we don't know what we're going to do.
So if you know anything about grading games, let us know because
could almost get the console graded.
I don't want to sit on it that long.
That box is insanely new. Like it looks like it would be sitting on a store. I've seen a lot of things on store shelves that weren't in that good a condition.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. And the bonus piece of it is when I went out to go search for this, there are very few, there's a lot of the whatever action sets, but there are very few that are in this box. So I don't know what makes this box different than some of the other boxes, but there are very few that are listed with this box.
All right, so that was kind of the end of our sourcing day. So we got kind of skunked, and we ended up with that at the end of the day. So it kind of made it worth it. We did buy some coffee cups.
Oh, that's right.
Disposable coffee cups at the same place. They had it for like $3. So, and I use those for coffee in the morning, so that worked out.
That was the first thing he had me come look at was, hey, come here, they got all these coffee cups. Yep. So I came over and looked at the coffee cups, and I carried the coffee cups around.
You're right. All right, what's sold next?
We sold the very last one of these. I would never touch them again unless I got a better deal than what I got on them. But this is a Misen, I don't know how to say it, Japanese high carbon steel, blue handled paring knife.
Yep, it's the O2.
Yeah, because they had 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the series. But that one sold for $39.99. But that's the last one. I'm done.
All right, we did sell one more thing, but it's all packaged up, and we didn't want to tear it out of the box.
Yep. So it is actually a Carrera Go Turbo Champions 143rd. I don't know how that's.
It's a racetrack.
Yes, it's a slot car racetrack, near complete. But this is what it is. It doesn't have the box. It didn't have any of that. So when I listed it, I drafted it up. I boxed it up so it's ready to go. So all it's got to do is get a label slapped on it and go. But we've sat on that for a little while. Yep. So I took an offer on it and we sold that for $74.
All right. Now, We did mention a large Facebook Marketplace buy, a Star Wars collection we were looking at. Teresa found it on Marketplace this morning.
Last night actually was when I messaged him.
Our Mondays are usually completely consumed by video content, packing, shipping, getting stuff out of here. Like Mondays are crazy for resellers. And if you're a reseller, you already know that. This morning, I'm getting ready to start creating the video and I'm working on some AI stuff for a spreadsheet. And Teresa says, how about a 2-hour trip? And she got excited about the deal and got me excited about the deal. And then we kind of had our days crushed.
So there was a guy, he has a lot, like a huge lot from what I can see, of like 15 totes plus loose figures, loose boxes of Star Wars. Anywhere from 90s to 2006 was what I've seen.
And some of it's cool stuff. I mean, he has like his AT-AT in a box.
Yep.
He has, I mean, there's a lot of really cool stuff in there. I think the value's there from what we've seen, and we've been told a pickup is not enough to get it. You'll have to bring a trailer.
Yep. But I got kind of worried because we were chatting back and forth.
He ghosted us. For like 2 hours, he ghosted us. We said, we're getting in the vehicle. We can head down there right now. And then he just ghosted us.
Yeah, because he said he'll give me some pictures and some videos so I can see how much it is to know if it would fit in our pickup. And then I sent him, I did spam him kind of. I sent him 5 messages. I said, once I verify that we can get it all to fit, we'll head down there. As long as you're willing to hold it for a few hours, we'll get ready to head down there. Just checking in. And then the final one, Cory's very Debbie Downer.
I'm 100% this deal is not going to happen at this point. Like I have written it off. It's out of my mind. When that happens, it's almost always I have 5 other people wanting to come see it. I'm going to see if that works out, but I'm going to keep you on the hook just long enough in case those fall through. So I'm certain that somebody else is going to snatch it up and we're not going to get it. So I've written it off.
So my last message to him was, okay, last message. I am still very interested, willing to come get it today, willing to bring cash, just need to know if I can pick it up. I just need an update as I have to figure out the rest of my day. That's where I left it.
And he did wait a little while. And then
waited 40 minutes.
Then he responded to that.
He did. He came back and said, I wouldn't be able to do anything today. My stuff is stored at my uncle's house. I have to move it to my house, and I don't have room, so that's why I'm selling it. My uncle wouldn't be around for a few days at the very least. I got some pictures. Oh, I understand it now. He sent me some more pictures. He says, I really don't think a truck can fit everything, especially with all the loose stuff. Now I get it. His uncle is wanting him to get it out of his house, but he doesn't have room in his house to do it. So I don't think he's actually moving it. We would be going to get it from the uncle's house.
Yeah. So that's the Star Wars deal. Teresa's holding out hope. I'm moving past it. We'll see. We may come back next week with another video saying, hey, we got the Star Wars stuff and Cory needs to stop being negative.
We may be going, he said for a few days. So maybe that's our Thursday trip for sourcing.
That would be great if it worked out for a Thursday.
Wouldn't it? I don't know. I am very optimistic. My only fear, he has pictures of stuff that's in there. I've Googled those stuff that I'm able to see. There's like 15, 20 action figures in some of these totes. They're the smaller ones, whatever.
I'm never optimistic when it comes to Marketplace. Because
Marketplace really sucks.
It is. Like, you can find some great deals on there, but 1 out of 10 is going to finish the process. And the rest of them are just going to flake.
Yeah, and if you're interested on how some of the Marketplace things go search our YouTube channel and look for the Transformer Saga. Because
there is a playlist of the Transformer Facebook Marketplace buy, and they were all fake Transformers.
I am knocking on wood that this is not going to be the same thing. I think he's going to come back. This is my prediction.
Okay.
I think he's going to come back, and he's going to say, okay, let's work on this day and come down and get it.
Well, I know this isn't the Buck Mountain Barn channel, and we don't have Brad here with us, but if you're praying, people, pray for Teresa.
Pray for me.
Because she's going to need it on this deal, because I don't think it's coming through.
But what? Okay, so here's my deal. One last piece before we go. Here's the deal. Why would he send me additional pictures if he wasn't going to go through with the deal?
I think he's just keeping you on the line in case his current deals don't work out. I don't have any faith in this deal.
But he did tell me I could get it for this dollar amount if I came and knocked on his door.
Yep, while we're knocking.
Oh, dude, I might have. Dude.
Just go knock.
I could Google, because it's not a very big town. I could Google his name, and we could just go show up at his door.
But not if his uncle ain't home.
Oh,
Man, I know, see?
Man.
All right, we're going to get out of here. We do have a little bit of packing left to do today, so we will talk to you guys next time.
Hasta la vista, baby.